Anna Reeves could barely keep her eyes open. She had been fighting cold fear and exhaustion for so long that her thoughts drifted like loose paper. Her legs shook. Her breath cracked in her throat. Every step hurt, yet she forced herself to keep moving. If she stopped, she knew she wouldn't rise again. Her fingers slipped. Her vision blurred. Then a shape filled her world. A door, a voice, a man too large to be real. She couldn't tell if he meant safety or danger. She only knew she needed one more chance. Would he give it? Anna didn't remember falling against the cabin door in the Dakota wilderness. She only remembered it opening. A wall of warmth hit her at once. Then a stronger force. Two arms lifting her with ease and carrying her inside. She felt her cheek touch something solid. A chest like a warm oak beam. The smell of smoke and pine. Then the doors slammed shut behind them. "Easy," the man said. His voice was low, steady, a voice that belonged to someone used to storms. "You're safe now." Her knees buckled, but he caught her again. He set her near a fire, glowing bright in a stone hearth. Her boots were soaked through, her coat stiff with ice. She tried to speak, but her lips barely moved. "Tea, thank you." "Don't talk yet." He pulled a chair closer and guided her, into it with surprising gentleness for someone his size. He moved with quiet purpose, disappearing into another room. When he returned, he carried blankets in a steaming mug. "Drink." She tried to lift the cup. Her hands shook too much. He steadied them with one of his own. His palms swallowed hers completely. The drink burned warm down her throat, coffee strong and whiskey enough to wake heat in her chest. Who are you?" she whispered. "Name's Boone Walker." He crouched in front of her, studying her face. His eyes were a cool steel blue. Not unkind, not soft either, eyes that had seen long winters. "You're the new teacher. Folks in Hollow Creek been waiting." "I was trying to reach the town," she said. "My wagon." The driver left when the storm began. "I walked until I saw your light. You're lucky you saw anything at all." Quote. He rose and checked the window. Snow beat against the glass in thick white bursts. "This one's not letting up soon. 3 days. Maybe more. 3 days." Anna's heart clenched. The school board expected her to arrive before the weekend. She'd worked too hard for this position to lose it now. "I have to reach the town. They're expecting." "You're not going anywhere tonight." Boone's tone held no rudeness, only truth. "Storm will take you if you try. Sit by the fire. Warm up," she wanted to argue. Instead, she wrapped herself tighter in the blanket. Her fingers stung as life returned. Pain rolled through her hands, her feet, her legs. But she was alive. That alone felt like a miracle. As warmth settled into her bones, she looked around the cabin. It was sturdy, large for a single man. Handmade furniture, a swept wooden floor, a shelf filled with books. Shakespeare, Emerson, Weather. Journals. More books than she'd expected in a remote homestead. "You live here alone?" she asked softly. 5 years. "And there's no one nearby. Closest neighbors 10 miles west." Quote, she swallowed a young woman alone with a man she did not know. The thought came sharp and cold despite the fire. Boone read it in her face. "You'll be safe here," he said. "I give you my word." Something in his voice eased the knot in her chest. Still her mind raced. Her reputation, the school position. 3 days snowbound with a stranger could undo everything. Boone seemed to consider something. Then he stepped closer. "One thing you need to know," he nodded toward the single bed against the wall. "There's only one place to sleep." Anna stiffened. "I'll take the chair," he continued. "But if you stay there all night, you'll freeze. Even with the fire going, nights cut deep out here. Body heat matters." She met his eyes. He held her gaze without flinching. "I'm not asking anything of you. Just trying to keep you alive." She believed him. She couldn't explain it, but she believed him. Boone handed her a dry shirt, clearly his own. "You can change in the back room. I'll stay out here." She clutched the shirt with numb fingers. "Why would you help me like this?" Quote. He looked back at the window, watching the storm erase the world. "Because you came out here alone," he said quietly. "Because you took a chance on a new life. And because a man who's been alone long enough learns to help someone who's trying to start over." Anna felt a tremor inside her. "Not from cold this time." "I don't even know you," she whispered. Boone turned toward her, his expression softened in a way that surprised her. "You will," he said. "If you want to." She didn't know what tomorrow would bring, but tonight she chose survival. She chose warmth. She chose trust, just enough to make it through the storm. She rose slowly, blanket still around her shoulders. "Thank you," she said. Boone nodded once. "Settle in, teacher. Storm's just getting started." Anna woke to the soft crackle of the fire. Warmth wrapped around her like a heavy quilt. For a moment, she didn't remember where she was. Then she breathed in the scent of wood, smoke, and pine. Boone's shirt, far too large for her, brushed her wrists. She blinked slowly. The storm still muttered against the windows, but the world inside the cabin was quiet, safe. She sat up, feeling strength return to her limbs. A sound reached her, the solid, rhythmic thud of an axe outside. She rose and crossed to the frosted window. Boone stood in the swirling morning snow, splitting logs with easy, practiced movements. His breath rose in grey clouds. His wool shirt clung to his broad shoulders. Each swing of the axe landed clean, controlled, measured. The sight steadied her more than the fire had. She wrapped the blanket around herself and walked to the small table where her leather satchel waited. Her letters of recommendation, her teaching contract, her silver pen. She checked each item with care. They were damp, but safe. "You're up." Boone's voice came from the doorway. Anna startled slightly. He stepped inside, brushing snow from his hair. He carried an armful of logs that he stacked near the hearth. "You slept hard," he said. "I was very tired." He poured coffee and set a mug in front of her. "Drink while it's hot." She wrapped both hands around it. The warmth settled through her palms. "You made breakfast," he shrugged. "Figured you'd need it." A plate of biscuits sat on the table with a jar of berry preserves. She spread a little on one biscuit, surprised by the sweetness. "This is wonderful." Boone sat across from her, elbows resting lightly on his knees. He watched her eat without saying much. He didn't stare. He simply noticed. "Tell me something," he said at last. "Why would a woman from the East come all the way out here to teach in Hollow Creek? It's a rough place. Hard winters, harder living." Anna sat down. The biscuit, her heart tightened. "I wanted a life that mattered, a life with purpose." He waited. "My father worked in a bank," she continued. "My mother was sick for many years. Medicine was expensive. Father took money to care for her. He paid it back, but the bank found out. People talked. They whispered about my family. When my mother passed, the whispers grew louder." Boone's jaw tightened. "He did it for love that matters. Not to the people in my old town," Anna said quietly. "They only saw disgrace. My teaching post was not renewed. No one would hire me. I decided to leave for good." Boone leaned back, studying her with a slow breath. "Took courage to start over." "It took fear," she said. "Fear of living a life that wasn't mine." He looked at her a long moment. Then he nodded. "Still took courage." Silence settled between them. A warm, steady silence that didn't feel heavy. After breakfast, Boone checked the storm again, not clearing yet. "Another day, at least." "I should help," Anna said. "I can work. I don't want to sit idle." He tipped his head toward a basket. "Some mending in there, if you feel up to it." She picked up one of his shirts and laughed softly. "You tear these often. Work's rough out here." As she stitched, Boone repaired a harness by the fire. They shared small pieces of their lives. She spoke of her students back east. He spoke of the cabin he had built with his own hands, and the years he'd spent alone on this land. At one point he reached for his coffee and winced. "You're hurt," Anna said. "Just a cracked." "Subscribe for more videos."